I am disabled. Because of disabilities, I am supposed to have actual assistance with this. There's supposed to be appointed to help me so that I can turn in my predators, and all of these that are literally paid for this, they all declined over and over and over and over again. That's the thing about mentally ill. What that tells every single one of these people is they don't have to do their jobs. Now, if they do what they did to me, and then your family gets involved, you usually get a shit ton of money. Because this stuff is highly illegal. People are dead because these people didn't do their jobs. Do you really think that forcing me to go to people who didn't do their jobs and know that them not doing their jobs resulted in people being dead, do you really think that I should be forced to go back to those people? Do you think I should be forced to try to turn in Officer Schneider to Officer Schneider? Do you think I should be forced to turn in Scott DaCosta to Scott DaCosta? Should I have to turn in Cody Selhorst and Jared Hahn to Cody Selhorst and Jared Hahn? No, I shouldn't. Nebraska State Patrol broke the law repeatedly by brushing me off when I tried to contact them over and over again about the abuse by Scott DaCosta. They did everything that they could not to look at evidence. They did everything that they could to threaten, harass, and intimidate me for trying to turn in Scott DaCosta. I needed someone there who actually cared to actually help. I am an at-risk adult. I cannot be forced to go to the cops by myself, especially as a homeless male. There is too much bias and hatred towards us by the American public, by the courts, by judges, by police. We are your go-to victims. You call us mentally ill and you claim we're on drugs, and all of a sudden it must be true because that's the wives' tales you guys hear and you sell each other. There's a lady who said that she would help me today with my paperwork. She said on Monday. It's Monday, so I'm here. I don't know when she's going to get here or how long it's going to take, but I'm where I'm supposed to be. I don't see her vehicle here, so she's not here yet. I got a lot of anxiety, obviously. She's only able to help me with getting my disability hopefully transferred to here. That sucks. I need to be able to show the truth so that I'm not railroaded in every single court date for the rest of my life. When you're in homeless land, fucking, it's not some magical fairyland, alright? It's victimization after victimization. A lot of the homeless people are drug addicts. A lot of them do have mental issues. Some of them from drug addiction. A lot of them from being beaten up by the cops and taken in and injected with Ativan and Haldol. So, I mean, we're in a screwed up world. There's all these laws that are supposed to protect me, and all you guys keep telling me about all these things that are, oh, they can't do this and they can't do that. You know what? Without you there to stop them, yes, they absolutely will, and they do have motive. You don't want to take a look, that's not my fault. But every time that you want to make excuses for my predators instead of looking at the fucking evidence or listening to what I have to say, I'm going to get fucking frustrated. I'm a fucking human being, goddammit. Your opinions based on fucking slander aren't fucking useful to me. I already know what the fucking slander is. What I need help with is fucking showing the truth so that I can stop the abuse against me. It wasn't just abused. According to these people, their excuses for never coming forward and telling the truth were not the same as the excuses that the cops gave. These people who get this tax money from you, who are supposed to help out the disabled, that is literally their job. And their excuse is they don't have the time. They have too many clients. That's all of their excuses. All of the public pretenders, all of the healthcare workers. Do you know why they have so many people? It's because they never do the right thing with any of them. It's because they are stocked up with disabled homeless people that are fucking, you guys hate us. There's a guy in town named Dean. He's not a violent person. I've had people tell me they've heard rumors that Dean has gotten violent with people, but I've also heard from people that were there for situations that hit them. Dean was scared. I've had people tell me that he broke things. Well, I'm fine with that. It's okay to break things. If that's the only way to get hurt, if you're being victimized, if you're out on the streets as a disabled and homeless male like Dean, the way the police dealt with that situation, the way that they misrepresented it, they knew Dean. What they did was use 4 different agencies, 3 of them law enforcement, no less than 8 individuals. The lady from the Center for Living never got out of the vehicle. This is one of their tactics. If she doesn't hear or see what the cops are doing, then, oh, they must not have done anything wrong. If they don't see or hear any of the things that she said, then they can contradict it. And she can do the same. It takes away their accountability and puts it on the victim. They all know that Dean is being victimized at that point. People in this town said, hey, you need to help him. So how did they help him? They took away his home. Illegally and immorally. The way that they did that was just wrong. You guys victimized the shit out of the disabled and the homeless because you don't want to see them. You don't like that we live in shit like this, but you're not willing to help us get out of it. Matter of fact, it is your turning a blind eye and making excuses for our predators. That is why we live like this. I've been trying to show this evidence for 6 goddamn years. Not one person has helped me to do that. Not one. Not one single person has helped me to show my fucking evidence. Not a single goddamn one. That's what I need help with. That's what I fucking need before it's all fucking stolen by fucking homeless people or fucking cops or fucking greedy ass tow companies. You fucking pieces of shit. All over lies and fucking slander. How the hell is this even okay? And I'm not allowed to defend myself against this slander because of the tag of mentally ill. 6 years of this hell. A lot of people want to say, oh, well, they found Natalie's killer. People should be leaving you alone. You know what? There's a reason for an entire year before Natalie was killed that I was trying to get help. Y'all who want to make this about Natalie's death, it's not about Natalie's death. It is about the abuse that not only her, but also I had to endure our entire lives because you guys don't give a fuck about the poor. Now, if it's a pretty white girl like Natalie, Oh, she's young and she's pretty and she's pristine. She must be a perfect little angel. No, she was a fucking junkie. Most of the people I help are addicts. Most of them. Most of my friends are addicts because you guys don't accept people who are different. Addicts do. They're glad to have a friend. They're glad to have somebody to listen to their fucking bullshit. But then they're not going to listen to yours. They're going to give you every excuse they can get. I'm sorry. I just found... Fucking don't do meth here. That's fucked up. Jesus goddamn Christ. Oh. Makes it bad for everyone. There are places where they can go do their drugs not in public. This isn't okay. This lady is hopefully going to be here to help me at some point today. I don't know when it'll be. I gotta go to the bathroom. You know, I wish people would be good to each other. But at the same time, you guys are expecting me to be good. You expect me to be Jesus fucking Christ. You expect me to be Jesus, but your excuses for not coming forward and not telling the truth are that you're not Jesus. That goes out to all the supposed Christians who call themselves my friend. You expect me to be Jesus, but you're not. You guys are on drugs, you're on alcohol. You want to blame everybody but yourselves. You don't want to take any responsibility for any of your actions. You don't want to take responsibility for any of your choices. Every Nebraskan is responsible as a Nebraskan to turn in abuse. It doesn't change when you turn 18. When you turn 18, if you can't take care of yourself, you still can't take care of yourself. Turning 18 doesn't make you no longer an at-risk human being. Matter of fact, turning 18 with no supports ends you up homeless, which is even worse. If you've got money, you're mentally disabled. If you don't have money, you're mentally ill. What's the difference? People are allowed to fucking murder you over the goddamn mentally ill tag. But when you're mentally disabled, you're the victim. And there are laws that are supposed to protect you, and they denied me access to all of that. All of this time, I need to try to get someone to fucking give a shit because I'm not allowed to do these things for myself. I'm not allowed. The things that you have, the suggestions that you want to tell me over and over and over again, like if you keep saying it somehow magically it'll make it something that I can do. No, I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed. That's the thing about these rights that you guys take for granted every day. I don't fucking have them. Not unless somebody actually cares to take a look and help me through the process of turning this shit in. I can't do it by myself. I'm not fucking allowed. I go to the cops, the first thing they do is fucking blow me off. Give me the mentally ill treatment. Threaten, harass, or intimidate me, or fucking lock me up on bullshit. I'm sorry is not fucking help. There's a lot of people who should have come forward. They're dead now. Not all of them, obviously, but that's the thing about repenting. These people who wanted to claim to be Christians, the horrible things that they did. People like Christine Bouhie and Natalie Bollinger, both dead. both wanted to use Jesus to manipulate. Both of them used their gender to manipulate. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because why? Because I'm not a human being to you. And I never will be. That's why you need to kill me. Enough of this. I am good to everyone in real life. I am fucking good to everyone. Who I have to be to try to get help isn't because I'm crazy. It's because you treat me like I'm fucking crazy. And the only thing that I can do to get help is do desperate shit. When nobody will listen to you because you got a dick, then maybe you ladies can tell me about your body, your choice. Maybe when you're being circumcised at birth, you can tell me about your body, your choice. As it stands, you have to point out people in foreign countries to say, look how horrible American women are treated. Look, American women are treated horribly because in some of these Muslim countries, women are being circumcised. Oh, we're horrible people here in America because people are doing this in foreign countries. You guys nipped my tip before I could even fucking understand what the hell was going on. What gives you the right to chop up my parts? What gives you that right? My body, my choice. This shit's gotta stop. Men are people too. Homeless people are people too. And the disabled are people too. And God damn it, denying any one of those groups of people their rights. Those are the top three groups most likely to be fucking killed by the police in the United States. The most likely victims of serial killers, the most likely victims of serial rapists. You just don't fucking get it, do ya? Yes, there are serial rapists, and yes, most of them do that against men. There are more serial rapists who rape men than women. In some places, it's actually, well, you know, you've heard those rumors about prison. It's not as prevalent as you might think, but it's still pretty prevalent. Of course, that also depends on how often you think it's happening. If you think it's happening every night, you're right. Sometimes the guards will actually match you up with a cellie that they know has a history of sexual abuse against men. Guards in prison, if you aren't liked by them, they got all sorts of tricks that they can use to have you harmed. That's one of the things about being incarcerated for shit that didn't happen. Police chose to break the law, to lie in court and on court documents, because they believed nobody would ever look at the evidence. And you know what? With them threatening and harassing the people that we're going to, well, the fact that I have it recorded shows that I got every leg to stand on in court. The problem is that their illegal bullshit still prevents me from turning them in without help. No matter what, when you are called mentally ill, you need someone to go in with you when you turn in the cops. When you turn in anyone, any crime against you as a male, you need to go in with someone to turn it in. I needed the people who could verify my story to go in with me to help me to turn this shit in. But that wasn't gonna happen. They were all over the place. There's a lot of stuff people wanted to pretend like I was a stalker for. When I went to Went to visit Natalie. She wasn't the only one I went to see. I went to see her and Ed Simmons and Amanda DeMett, and Brett Roloff, and a lot of other people. And I got it recorded with them, of course, in our text messages and in phone calls between us that show that, yeah, I planned on going and seeing all those people. There's also the messages between myself and James Payton that show that, yeah, he absolutely is aware and he's willing to speak up about the fact that, yes, I did help Jamie move out of the house, his house. Whatever it was over, whether Jamie's story is true or his story is true or both of them are bullshit, that's arbitrary. The important part for my story, as far as that goes, is that, yes, James Payton is willing to admit and speak up in court. That's one of the things that made me want to have him as my guardian. Well, yeah. The fact that he was willing to admit that in court. The fact that he did at least try to understand why that was important. The reason I wasn't able to go see all those people, it's called triage. Out of all the people that I was going to see, Natalie was the most important because she was the one who tried to fucking kill herself because I wasn't there fast enough. Yeah, between a casual visit with you and preventing somebody from fucking killing themselves, I'm probably going to help the person who is going to kill themselves if I don't. Now, when I got to Virginia, it wasn't just them that I was planning on seeing. I thought maybe I could make some money with my artwork, and I actually almost did. The Starbucks that I had originally gone to, the one that Natalie and Alicia Bollinger wanted me to not be at, they wanted me to be at the one that's closer. The one that, all right, so Alicia Bollinger had a boyfriend who worked at the Starbucks just 2 doors down in the same building as Alicia Bollinger worked in at the Cricket store. When I was in Virginia, I stayed behind the Cricket store because Alicia Bollinger had asked me to. Now, for me, not being allowed to get my predators in court, to cross-examine them, to show evidence, I wasn't even allowed to show evidence in my own court dates because I wasn't allowed to go to any of them. I was literally prevented from going to every single civil court date. And that's not legal. They literally prevented me from going to every single one. They did everything that they could to prevent me from having my evidence so that I could show it in court. This is how it is for the homeless. Your guilt is assumed. You have to prove your innocence, but you're not allowed. All they have to do is call you mentally ill and claim you're on drugs. Good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind.